This is the Cobalt Helper with some more DM Deliberations. This time I wanted to talk about another encounter with my group that's going through Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Now I don't want to spoil anything for any players that are listening, so I will just simply say there is a situation where the adventurers encounter a black pudding. But it is a large room. There's a lot of large rooms in Dungeon of the Mad Mage because each square actually represents 10 feet, not 5. So keep that in mind if you're going to run the module. But yeah, so I immediately was thinking, okay, Black Pudding is a really awesome monster. It's got its corrosive form. Its pseudopod hits hard. So when it gets hit, it's really going to be like a reeling moment for the players. They're going to feel some peril, and it's got a lot of immunities, which can be really fun. Like your players' usual tricks just don't work, and it's like, what are we going to do? But it just seemed like there was an obvious answer because it's in such a large room that all they got to do is kite it, and it's just going to be this little pudding like desperately trying to slurp around, and it just can't get to anybody, which I thought would be kind of anticlimactic and almost, dare I say, a waste of time. So my idea was, and in reading the monster manual section for black pudding, there is an area called amorphous where it explains that it can easily move through 1-inch cracks without even squeezing. So what I decided to do is to say that there are 1-inch cracks throughout the floor of this room. So sure enough, what happened is the players came in. It went just like I thought. I got like one attack off with a surprise, which was fun. And one player, like, their rapier got corroded, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? But then they quickly realized they can just kite it. And then when they were beating it down, and it was basically just a matter of time, I announced that the pudding descends into the floor through a crack. And then at the same time I said, and as you watch that, you look down at your feet and you see the entire room is riddled with 1-inch cracks. And it was, the oh boy moment, like, oh no, I see where this is going. What are we going to do? We've walked into a trap almost kind of situation. So it immediately players shifted from, just attack black pudding to what are we going to do? Much more interesting, much more fun. In my case, what the players ended up doing was getting out of that room as fast as they could, and then there was a bit of treasure way down at one end of the room, and their solution to this black pudding problem was to somebody had spider climb, so they spider climbed, went up on the ceiling, climbed over the ceiling, and used mage hand to grab the treasure and get out of there without this black pudding popping up and wreaking all sorts of havoc, which I thought was a really interesting solution to the, I guess what you could call the puzzle. And I think it made for a more memorable moment than just, yeah, we just beat up on a poor black pudding and that was too slow to really catch us. So I thought it was a good one, so that's why I wanted to deliberate on it, to share it with you. Maybe you want to steal the idea of, kicking your black pudding encounter up a notch by letting it have an environment with 1-inch cracks that, according to the book, it can easily slide into and tunnel through, and then completely explainable and realistic to the players that that's something that could happen, and it's a fun moment for them. All right, that's all I got for this one. Bye.